Mr. Siva.
Sir, I want to confine myself within the scope of the bill, sir. So the Warehousing Corporation, which is functioning under the Department of Food and Public Distribution, has been awarded the status of Mini Ratna by the Department of Public Enterprise. And the bill says that one of the criteria of awarding the Mini Ratna status is that the public sector enterprise is do not expect any financial support or contingent liability on the part of the government. Sir, apart from that, there are some other criteria. For example, I think earlier the Navaratna criteria was 5,000 crore profit, now it has come down to 2,500. And for Maharatna. And Navaratna, there are many criteria like net profit, net worth, and the manpower cost, everything. For Mini Ratna, there are two categories, sir. Mini Ratna status category 1 and Mini Ratna category 2. For Mini Ratna category 1, the net profit must be 30 crore for continuously 3 years or more in 1 year. And the second category is that the net worth must be more. I just want to know from the Minister, Warehousing Corporation has been placed in which category? Mini Ratna category 1 or category 2? And apart from that, sir, what I would like to know is I am very much worried. I have a concern. Why this bill for a small piece of legislation, why the government is warranted so urgently? Sir, the bill again says, sir, the Mini Ratna status of a public sector enterprise does not expect any financial support or contingent liability on the part of the government and should be involved in the respect, and that it should also not depend upon any budgetary support or government guarantee. Now again the bill says, sir, very clearly, that's my clear query I just want to ask from the Minister, know from the Minister. The government has so far given no other guarantee to the corporation except for the payment of minimum guaranteed dividend as required under subsection 1 of subsection 5 of the Warehousing Corporation Act. And now what the bill envisages, sir, it is totally removing this category, this class. The guaranteed referred to in the said subsection 1 of section 5 would be withdrawn and the central government would be absolved of its responsibility of being a guarantor. Sir, the government has given no other guarantee except for the payment of minimum guaranteed dividend as required under. So this government has already given some minimum guarantee and that is being withdrawn. Sir, I am doubtful, I concur with many of my colleagues including Mr. Bhaskar and Tikar and many other, even Mr. Parida spoke very well. Sir, our concern is that there are many ways this government is attempting to weaken the public sector enterprises. Sir, earlier the government was getting 35,000 crore by way of disinvesting the shares of the public sectors. This year they are expecting 69,000 crores. Sir, we have been repeatedly telling in this house and many other opportunities whenever it is arisen that the public sector enterprises are the temples of our economy. As the parliament is a temple of democracy, the PSUs are the temples of our economy. But why this government is after that? What are they going to achieve by way of this 69,000 crore? By way of disinvesting, they are not going to meet the needs. Rather, it is not a sustainable income also. Once it is sold out, they won't be able to meet even the interest they have to pay out of the loans. So these public sector enterprises, kindly don't forget, I think a minister like Ramvilas Paswan, who has always been an advocate for public sector enterprises and the working classes, should take into consideration that public sector enterprises have helped this country to withstand the recession period. When the European countries were suffering because of the economic recession, India withstood that only because of the public sector enterprises and the agriculture sector. Whereas this government is ignoring both. The budget has not allocated enough for the agriculture sector. So also weakening the public sector enterprises is going on, sir. Sir, the government need not give a guarantee to a public sector enterprises if it comes in the form of a bill to become an act. There are ever so many issues for the government to legislate. Whereas it is just weakening public sector enterprises by way of citing only one criteria that the government need not give any guarantee. This means, sir, I am afraid, in the future, already the investor shares have increased. Earlier it was 10% and it is now going to be 25%. So the strength of the public sector enterprises are weakened by way of disinvesting to the investors. A committee which has examined into the recommendations or the proposal of the government has said that the committee has concurred with the amendment to withdraw financial support and guarantee to the CWC by the central government in light of this change. The committee recommended that the CWC examine buying back investor shares so that they are given an opportunity to redeem their investment in the corporation. So, sir, this way of giving more investors, increasing the investor shares, the government withdrawing the guarantee will weaken. In future, for some reason or other, by way of drought, by way of flood, for any other reason, if the warehousing corporation suffers a loss, if it needs a guarantee, if the government is out of it, there will be a compulsion that such public sector enterprises will have to go into the hands of private sector. That's a very, very dangerous signal that has arisen now. So I request the minister, your intention may be right, but this piece of legislation doesn't strengthen your warehousing corporation. It takes off something which the government may at some time come for help to the public sector enterprises like a warehousing corporation. I don't want to go into how the warehousing corporation functions, what are things to be done. That doesn't lie in the scope of this bill. But it weakens the warehousing corporation. It prevents the government in the future, if a situation warrants, to help the CWC. So I would like to request the minister, when you have moved the bill and you are going to pass it and legislate it, kindly take into consideration that such public sector enterprise like the warehousing corporation should not be weakened at any cost, and if any such situation arises, the government should come to its rescue, and it is the responsibility of the minister and the government. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.